Jonas, and this is the Propeller Club of Northern California. And welcome to you all. This is our presentation by ZPMC, which is Shanghai Zhenhua Heavy Industries, who is the crane builder of the brand new cranes that will soon be arriving at the Port of Oakland at the Oakland International Container Terminal. And I understand that the Port of Oakland was actually the first port in the United States to receive ZPMC container cranes, and that was back, Savanah, in 1996?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I want to thank you all for coming and participating. We have a very full schedule, and what we have done in the past is that we have done introductions and we introduce everybody, but we have Danny Wan, the Executive Director of the Port of Oakland, and we discussed having Danny come on first to introduce himself and also say a few words about ZPMC and their contribution to the Port of Oakland. So Danny, let me introduce you, and the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Stas. Yes, I'm Danny Wan, the Executive Director of the Port of Oakland. I'm very happy to be here. Welcome to the Port of Oakland, and thank you, Propeller Club, for continuing to facilitate these dialogues that are so very helpful for our industry. And we're also very proud that the Port of Oakland is a longtime sponsor of the club, and our own very Ron Brown is on the board. Today, we're especially excited because the executive team from ZPMC is here. As you know, these are the experts who built the world's tallest ship-to-shore cranes. So I've got more than a passing interest in what they're going to say today. That's because ZPMC is scheduled to deliver 3 new cranes to the Port of Oakland later this year. I'm very excited. They've been purchased by our largest marine terminal operator partner, SSA, who we also very, very much appreciate at the Port of Oakland. These cranes will be the tallest in North America. They will accompany 4 other massive cranes that SSA raised last year. Many years ago, the Port of Oakland was the first to receive the gigantic ZPMC cranes in North America. Now, as the ships keep getting bigger, ZPMC is once again helping us stay ahead of the industry's growth. So the Port of Oakland continues to invest in the future of container shipping. We're thankful that ZPMC is our partner. We're fully committed to attracting the biggest ships. So please come. To do that, we need the biggest and best cranes. That's why we partner with ZPMC and why we welcome them today. I look forward to hearing about the future innovations that ZPMCs have and that the port may have the opportunity to partner with. So thank you very much and welcome to the Port of Oakland.
Danny, thank you very much for your introduction and for your kind words. Without further ado, I'm going to start by introducing our participants. And Lawrence Lee, would you introduce yourself?
Yes. Yes, I'm Lawrence Liang from ZPMC software company in charge of automation software system. My previous company is a TOS company in China. So I have almost 20 years experience about TOS development field. I joined ZPMC in 2016. More than 100 software staff in our software team, and our software system, have already covered the 2 business fields. The first one is smart port, second one is smart city. So we can provide all kinds of automation software system to customer, such as ZPMC IoT platform, ECS, equipment control system. We also can provide some equipment scheduler. Also, we can provide some terminal business intelligence and so on. On the March of last year, ZPMC smart software company successfully passed the semi level 3. It means we are a mature team. We can provide whole higher quality service and products to customers. Thank you.
Okay, Lawrence, thank you very much. Okay, so let me go to my next person is, I see on my schedule, hold on a second, I'm losing my screen here. I see Kenneth Larson. Kenneth, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, this is Ken Larson with SSA Terminals. I manage the crane department here.
Very good. Thank you very much. I see Andy Garcia. Andy, would you introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Andy Garcia. I'm chairman of the board and executive president of GSC Logistics, a large provider here at the Port of Oakland, as well as up at the ports of South and Tacoma. I'm delighted to be part of this club, which always giving fantastic information and helping all the members of the maritime community. Thank you very much, Stan.
Andy, thank you. Thank you very much. For those of you who are on, if you could mute yourself so we don't hear interference as everybody's making their introductions, I'd appreciate it. Haisheng Yang, can you please introduce yourself?
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Haisheng Yang. I'm the general manager of Smart Solutions Group in ZPMC. I'm so glad to with you guys here today for the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. The next, let me go over here. I have Lawrence Young, we've done. I have Greg Feeney. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Good morning, Greg Feeney with Port Transfer, waiting to hear about all these good cranes and what it's going to do for SSA. So bring it on.
Okay, thank you. Amy Gratt. Amy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Stas. I'm Amy Gratt. I'm CEO of EXP. We're a nonprofit organization that works primarily in the Port of Los Angeles, but we have worked in Oakland. We focus on connecting high school students to careers in trade, transportation, and logistics. And ZPMC is a sponsor and supporter of ours. So I'm here to give kudos to an amazing company.
Thank you very much, Amy. Anita Yao. Anita, good morning.
Where is she?
I am here. Hi. Hi. Yeah, this is Anita Yao, the Port of San Francisco Wharfinger and the Harbor Master at the Fisherman's Wharf High Street Harbor, that facility. And I'm one of the director of PCNC.
Thank you very much, Anita. I see Evie Wong. Evie, good morning.
There she is.
Yeah. Good morning, Stas. Good morning, everyone. Evie Wong. I'm Vice President of Alpha Wheels Up and President of the Customs Brokers Forwarders of Northern California. We are users of the port, and I have recently ascended to the esteemed Propeller board, and glad to participate and be part of this wonderful webinar today. Looking forward to learning more.
Evie, thank you very much. Thank you. Ellis Wallenberg. Ellis.
Oh, thank you, Stas. Good morning. I'm Ellis Wallenberg. I'm Director of Environmental Services for Weiss Associates, and we do work for about 20 years now at the Port of Oakland and Oakland Army Base, and we work also for tenants, SSA, and others doing environmental work there. I'm also on the Bay Planning Coalition Board, and I report back to them on you, Stas, and what we're doing at the Propeller Club.
Thank you, Ellis. I hope you're giving us a good report.
Absolutely.
Emily Sinclair.
Hi, good morning. Emily Sinclair with the Pasha Group. I lead our corporate communications team.
Very good. Thank you very much. And hold on a second. I had, I just had my, Gabriel Mikulich. Gabriel?
I'm here. Yeah, my name's Gabe Mikulich. I'm with the Port of San Francisco. I work with Anita. I'm a wharf engineer there, and formerly I was labor relations with Pacific Maritime Association. So SSA was a big client, and this is a big win for the Port of Oakland and for SSA.
Very good. Thank you very much. I have somebody who's just says iPhone. I don't know who that is. Okay, whoever it is. Mr. Chapman, good morning.
Good morning. This is Mike Chapman. Thanks for having me. I represent the Women's Propeller Club, Port of the Golden Gate. We support the California Maritime Academy in scholarships and the Red Oak Victory and the Jeremiah O'Brien.
Very good. Thank you very much and good seeing you. Kevin Jones.
Hi, this is Kevin Jones with Port of Oakland Maritime Division. Stas, I'm listening in just to learn more about the new cranes, so I'm fully up to date with those because when I do meet with port customers, sometimes they do question the infrastructure, so I just want to make sure that I'm fully aware of all the developments and all the key features. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. Kimberly Cartagena.
Hi, Kimberly Cartagena. I lead our marketing and public relations here at Centerline Logistics. We are a tug and barge operator along the West Coast, the East Coast, and the U.S. Gulf Coast, and also on the Propeller Club board.
Thank you very much, Kimberly. Laura Covery.
Hi, I'm Laura Covery. I have a consulting company, Environmental Maritime Services, consulting on things in the maritime industry, been in the maritime industry for over 40 years. And I teach supply chain management and management at Cal State Long Beach and UCLA Extension.
Very good. Good to see you, Laura.
Good to see you too.
Okay, so Leishan, did we get you? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm Haisheng. Thank you, Stas. I'm in charge of the research and development department under the Smart Solution Group, and I will show the presentation later.
And you're in Shanghai, right?
Yeah, I'm in Shanghai. I and Lawrence in Shanghai.
And it's midnight there, so we are very grateful for you being up this late to help educate us.
That's my honor. Yeah.
Thank you. Lorraine Horta.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Lorraine. I'm a recent Cal Maritime graduate. I just graduated from Cal Maritime.
Very good. You just graduated. So what are you doing, Lorraine?
I'm currently looking for employment at the moment.
Okay. All right. So you see Laura Covery over there. So Laura's waving at you. So Laura, why don't you touch base with me, and I should put you together with Laura, who has a lot of connections in the Bay Area, in the San Pedro Bay Area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for participating. Okay, so Ming Li.
Thanks, Stas. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ming Li. You can call me Larry. And I'm here in Los Angeles. I'm the president of ZPMC North America. And we service our client locally here, including the crane delivery, offloading, handover, after-sales service, spare parts, and the logistic. So SSA is the best and one of the biggest customer here. So thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you for participating. We have Michael Zampa from the Port of Oakland. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Stas. I'm the communications guy for the Port of Oakland. I work for Danny Wan, and I owe it all to Amy Gratt, who made the initial introduction that got me this job.
Oh, Amy, well, thank you very much for that. Thank you, Michael. Patrick, good morning. Patrick Donnelly.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, Patrick Donnelly, City National Bank, and up here in Northern California in the East Bay. Among other things, I'm part of the bank's ports and logistics team.
Very good. Thank you very much, Patrick. Ronald Brown. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Stas, and good morning, everyone. I'm Ron Brown with the Port of Oakland. I've been happy to work with Stas over many years on the Propeller Club board, and I'm looking forward to the ZPMC presentation this morning.
Thank you very much, Ron. Mr. Salmon, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Rudy Salmon. I'm the Director of Equipment Maintenance here at TradePac Oakland, and I'm glad to join the meeting here just to see what I can learn. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Savanah Kunz.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stas. I'm Savanah Kunz. I've been with ZPMC for about 10 years now. I started in Shanghai at our headquarters in China, mostly as a project manager for clients around the Americas, South and North America. And now I'm here based out of our New Jersey office as a sales and marketing manager also for the Americas.
That's very nice. Thank you very much, and welcome, Savanah. And also, thank you for all of your help getting this presentation set up.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
I have, everybody's moving around. Hold on a second, let me get, I have some people at the end. Miss Duran from FlexiVan, good morning.
Good morning, Stas. Thank you for inviting me. We run the BACP chassis pool in Oakland, and we're very interested in hearing about the new cranes at SSA. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. Susan Ransom, good morning.
Good morning. I am the Client Relations Manager at SSA. I'm also a proud member of the Propeller Club Board. And we are the proud owners of 10 cranes and 13 rubber tire gantries here at the terminal, and very excited to hear what ZPMC has to say and hear the updates.
Very good. Thank you, Susan. Frank, good morning. IOWU, Frank, are you there? Okay.
Just unmute.
Yeah, I can't. Frank? Okay, without, so I am going to switch us over to the program here. I want to say a few words, and I want to thank the people at ZPMC for all of the help and support that they have put into this presentation. ZPMC is the largest, has 70% of the world's ship-to-shore crane market. It's obviously the leader in providing shore cranes as well as other yard equipment. It is also in, excuse me, in the systems integration business. And as you heard from some of the introductions, some of the people who are in on the presentation also specialize in software, harbor automation, systems integration, as well as cranes and other equipment. We are very grateful for your participation and your support. And without further ado, Savanah, I think I'm going to ask you to start, but one thing I should do very quickly, I know we did the introductions, but let me just quickly just re-emphasize who's here. Savanah Kunz is the Sales and Marketing Manager for North and South America. She'll be speaking to us first. Ming Li is here. ZPMC North America. Young Haisheng, General Manager of ZPMC Smart Solutions. Sean Lee, who you heard from, is General Manager, R&D Center of ZPMC Smart Solution Group. And Lawrence Liang is Deputy General Manager of Smart Software for Smart Solutions. So, okay, Savanah, now that I did that, please let me introduce Savanah Kunz, and you're on, Savanah.
Thank you very much, Stas. Thank you very much to the Propeller Club for the invitation to having us here today, speaking to you a little bit about ZPMC and what we are doing, as well for the Port of Oakland. And thank you very much for Mr. Wang for your lovely introduction. I just want to mention, if you could all please, if you're not seeing it, yes, Mr. Shang Lei is going to be sharing his screen, so please just make sure that you are looking over at his slides. Okay.
Can you see the screen? I already shared
Yeah.
the screen.
The screen is up.
Okay, let's start. Okay, well, as you know, Shanghai Jianhua Heavy Industry, also known as ZPMC, is a famous heavy-duty equipment manufacturer with history dating back to more than a century old. ZPMC, as we know today, was founded in 1992, and our major shareholder is China Communications Construction Company, also known as CCCC. They are one of the top 500 companies in the world. Since then, since our foundation, we have been able to build a very successful business, becoming one of the world's largest manufacturers of cranes and large steel structures, achieving a total market share of 70% of equipment delivered worldwide. ZPMC headquarters is located in Shanghai, China, where we also have 9 production bases with capacity to build more than about 200 cranes annually. And it has a total, we have a total area of around 600 hectares and 10 kilometers coastline. Our biggest base, which is the famous one, Changxing Base, has a total of 5 kilometers deep water coastline and includes a heavy duty dock of 3.7 kilometers. As the largest port machinery and heavy-duty equipment manufacturer in the world, we also own our fleet of more than 30 vessels, which range from 60,000 DWT to 100,000 DWT, specially designed and refurbished for shipping cranes fully erected. They can deliver our products all over the world, already including about 103 countries and at more than 300 terminals worldwide. Up to today, we have already delivered more than 3,460 ship-to-shore cranes, 289 AGVs, 32 straddle carriers, which is one of the newest products that we have in the mainstream right now, 4,497 RTGs, 1,608 RMGs, and in 2009 we delivered already also more than 150 STS and so on. With all of this, it means that, of course, ZPMC has many equipment worldwide, and we understand the importance of providing our customer with the best service and assistance in this vital industry. So ZPMC has focused on that very much. And today we have about 24 overseas branches, which include Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, and of course, North America, where our headquarters is in LA. And it is run by our president, Mr. Larry Lee, who was also introduced, and he's here today, and he will be giving you a little bit more information on how ZPMC North America is run and what we have done so far. Larry, I give the floor to you right now.
Thank you, Savanah. So good morning, everyone. Thank you, and thanks for giving us the opportunity for the presentation. There are briefly information of who we are and where we are and what we do here. So ZPMC North America is established in 2014. It is 100% owned subsidiary of ZPMC Shanghai and registered in Delaware. So within few years, we have set up 8 service offices to support our customer in US, Canada, and the Bahamas. They are located in Los Angeles, New Jersey, Houston, Seattle, Virginia, Elizabeth in New Jersey, Miami, and Jacksonville. So our company business, including but not limited product sales, offloading and handover, after-sales service, maintenance and repairing, spare parts sales, procurement, and logistic. So our ultimate goal is service globally and supply locally to the customer. So thank you very much, Savanah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ming. Savanah, who is our next presenter?
Mr. Yang Haisheng.
Mr. Yang.
Hello, everyone. I tried to talk about a few slides, then I will turn over to my colleague in Shanghai for more detail about the technical side. And you can see from the picture here, we have very proud to have a first crane for the USA back to 1996 is for the Port of Oakland. So I cannot say everybody in the PMC, but most of them actually remember that, right? It's we're very proud to be work with the Port of Oakland. Also, you can see the next picture is the 3 new one, actually the biggest one in the world today for Port of Oakland. Will come in soon in September, right? I got some problem with my laptop today, so I only can see the small window from my cell phone. But you can see just for the Port of Oakland alone, we actually have almost total 24 cranes, including this 3 new one. And for SSA, we also have a long history to work with. I still remember Mr. Guan actually treated SSA as one of our best customer in North America for years. Actually, we still remember we used to have a big plan to work with the SSA for the automation solution. Anyway, we have a long history with Port of Oakland and the SSA for the crane business in the USA. But I just want to give everybody a quick update for what is going on in the PMC today. We actually had big changes since last 10 years. We have a few major different business rather than crane. We have a big vision of the business is called offshore business, right? So they do a lot of big platform for the oil and gas industry. We also have a big company doing the transportation for the crane and the heavy industry. And we also have a special division doing some investment for the different field of the industry worldwide. And I just want to say a few more words for one of the new group we set up in the PMC back to almost 4 years ago, back to 2017, March 15. We had a group set up called Smart Solutions Group, which actually is a big movement for the PMC at the company strategy-wise. And we kind of tried to do a kind of a transformation from equipment supply only to a solution provider, right? So we have a few division in the Smart Solution Group. One of them, of course, is the R&D division. We try to get all the kind of the different major engineers together, work with the end user and the partner together, try to find a way for the total solution for the modern terminal, even for a big port group, what we call digital port. So we also have a software company alone in this group, which is roughly about 150 software engineers today. And the other part in this group is we call planning and simulation, right? Which is the one that grew up so quickly in last few years. We have almost 33 senior engineers in that group. Basically, we started planning in the beginning, then all the way until we do the turnkey to the end user with all different tools associated with for the simulation all the time. And we also have a maintenance and operation division in this group too, right? Try to do participating with the daily operation and maintenance with the end user together. So since we are just early or later between the set up the company, we already prepared to establish the partnership with a few major companies. The first one is the, you just saw a picture pass over, is the, we had a partnership built up with Nevis, which is located in Oakland too, right? Back to September in 2016. And 2 weeks later, we had another one signing with Microsoft. And we also had a partnership built up with Murphy Nickel in 2017. And also we had the first partnership together with the full party together, right? So you can easily to see from the port planning to the equipment control to the TOS supply to the data interface with Microsoft. So it's kind of a loop. Together, we try to work as a team to offer a system solution to our end user. And this is a picture showing we have also a big party meeting in Tianjin. We invited one of the big customers in China, Tianjin Port, to participate in our group. So we are not kind of not only the supplier, we also have an end user journey to have a regular workshop together, seeking a better solution for the port business. And since 2017, we had a first smart terminal seminar in Shanghai, and we got a pretty good feedback. We got almost 400 guests from the worldwide terminal. And we also had an announcement in that meeting. We will do that once a year, right? So we had a second one in Thailand, and we have third one in Dubai last year. I believe we will have another one too in this year. I'm not sure where. So basically for the Smart Solution Group, we actually tried offering, again, that a one-stop solution for the terminal business, for the smart terminal. But we do a few steps. First one is planning and simulation. The second one we call system integration, which really means for the terminal, we actually, everybody know there's a brand new project we call Greenfield project. We also have a lot of projects going on we call retrofitting terminal to be a modern terminal. So this involves a lot of different systems in the terminal. You have to have a team has that capability to integrate together, right? Even for the brand new project, you always have to work with different major supply or key player in the field. Just for example, you have to work with the T-Mic, ABB, or Siemens for the current control. You have to work with the Nevis or somebody else for the TOS supply. So it's really a big challenge for a company who can integrate them all together and finish the project in within the budget and within the timeline. And we did a few big projects in China since 5 years ago. We started first one in Xiamen, and then we had a second one in almost same time in Qingdao and Yangshan, which almost, I believe everyone is one of the biggest in the world for considered as a fully automation terminal, right? And we're chasing a few more in China, but we did another one with Costco shipping in Abu Dhabi last year. So this kind of a way to go for the next step for the terminal business. Everybody seeking a smart solution for the terminal, but we're not really seeking to save a labor cost only, but majority for this purpose is try to use the equipment more friendly, try to squeeze down the downtime, right? And we'll probably talk a little bit more in next few slides by my colleague, Sanlei and Mr. Liang. Again, we probably leave more time to discuss with everyone today rather than just talk for the ZPMC side. So I just turn over to my colleague, Mr. San in Shanghai, talk a little bit more what we did in past few years for the smart solution for the terminal business.
Okay. Then you already see the videos on it. This is what our simulation and planning departments do during the first year. So first of all, we have tools that's a platform that will analyze the loading and unloading process research before the whole terminal is built. So, but when we do this, we do build a platform, a software platform. In it, we can do a lot of analysis for the berth utilization, vessel waiting timing, allowance, blah, blah, blah. And these years, we also changed our software platform from only the witness to a smart sim, which is based on the FlexSim software. So you can see this is planning and simulation. Our platform is not only for the simulation planning phase, but also during the whole design phase and maintenance operation and maintenance phase that help the reports can analyze what is going on the ports. So this is a new design. This picture shows a new design of layouts of the terminals. It is one. We called it this video here. We called it U-type terminals. You can see actually the ACT terminal on the world is end-to-end, but we have designed that this is a U-turn that for the track can going through and out through this U-turn tunnel. And the AGVs is on the other side. So two blocks that share, one track, two blocks share one track. So this kind of layout is going to be used in 1 hour port in China, South China. So this is what our simulation and planning and simulation departments do. Also, we build a strong team, maybe now already over 30 people to participate in this one. And then I will, Mr. Lawrence will introduce some integration of the software.
Lawrence, are you up next?
From the diagram, you can see we used blue color to indicate this part which are provided by ZPMC. The other colors means the other supplier. From the diagram, you can see ZPMC can provide not only equipment, equipment control system, but also we can provide some TOS equipment scheduler and some dispatcher. The different terminal has different choice for automated subsystem. And so we have the ability to provide a different solution to you according to your situation. And this is a whole picture for the general architecture of automation system. As we know, the whole automation system consists of the 3 levels. The first level on the top is the planning level, and the second level is control level, and the last level, third level, is execution level. So in the middle is control. Sorry. You can see the task is in the plan level. We also can provide some part of the software such as AGV scheduler and ASA scheduler. And we are the Navis organization service partner and the developer partner. And ZPMC TOS team has completed TOS Navis 5 product training as below, such as N4 operation, SPS operation, and N4 advanced administration, and so on. The 8 people passed the Navis test and got certification. The 7 people passed the Navis tension test and finished code review and got certification. The next diagram you can see, we use the different colors, different part provided by some supplier. The blue color parts provided by ZPMC, and the green color provided by Navis. So this picture illustrates what can be done by Navis and the ZPMC. So we can provide a cost-effective TOS together with Navis. So we have several partners here. You can see several TOS suppliers, such as the engine, Navis, the Huadong in the middle is a China local TOS supplier. Also, Hyper Software is based is in Shanghai. A Total Sovereign Bank is office is in Korea, and the PSA Port Singapore TOS. This is a whole picture for the ZPMC equipment control system architecture. Totally, we have 3 layers. On the top is the presentation layer. In the middle is business logic layer. At the bottom is the resource access layer. On the left, we okay. So on the right is the message. This is the AQC automation keyring. So Mr. Shen, maybe you can give more detail about the AQC.
AQC is now a lot of key cranes is controlled by remote control. So for this remote control, I would particularly want to show this slide is for, we have a simulator and training simulator. You can see the videos maybe here. Before the operator do the remote controls, we can have simulators here. So he can use the real. It is the real remote operation desk. So on it, he will try do a lot of training, and after that, he will go to the remote control.
Very good. Let me ask you one question. With the new cranes, will there be, how does the training happen with the crane operators?
Okay, for the new cranes, we usually send our engineers on site, and they will give the training to the operators of our customers for, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks. both operation, electrical, mechanical, structural. So we make up a plan together with the customer, depending on what it is that they need. So for yeah, so we usually send our engineers, and they will do the training locally to our client.
Savanah, the Sunday has a few slides we can show everybody. We also do have another product we call Crane Simulator. So that's the best way to training the new operator. We don't have to let them just be participating in the operation or learning something on the crane. They can just do that in a room with the simulator. So you can show the screen. They have a operation desk associated with. You can feel really some feeling with the operation experience on the real crane, right? To save some time for the real machine learning, and we had quite a good positive feedback from different customers. So Sunday, you can show a few slides for the crane simulator we have.
Do we have any of those slides here?
Sunday?
Yeah, we do. His screen is black.
His screen is black. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Sunday they had some problem for connection, but we did supply a few for different customers in the world. Sunday? He probably had some connection problem, but
So while I, oh, there he is. Nale, are you there? I think if we could, maybe if you could send us some of those slides, if we don't get to see them, we could distribute this so people can see them later. Because I think we've lost his connection. When you were, could somebody tell us a little bit about how these cranes are, what the new features of these cranes are? I saw a dual hoist there. Do we have dual hoist capability on the new cranes coming to Oakland?
I believe not. The dual hoist actually is a major purpose for the automation terminal, right? We have a dual trolley with a dual trolley associated with too. So we kind of have a covered together. So there's a main hoist working on the ship, and the second hoist actually is working with the horizontal transportation with AGV or something.
Okay.
This probably the standard crane, but with a supersize for the outreach, can handle with the biggest vessel in the world, right?
So the largest vessels in the world can be unloaded by these cranes. Is that true, Mr. Young?
Yes, yes.
Okay. One of our questions is one of our questioners is, what is the environmental impact of the new cranes? Are they totally electric operated?
Yes, it's all the new crane we're offering today is all electrical for the key crane, but also they do have what do they call a special source drive. When you're hoisting down, you also can pump back the energy to the utility too, right? With a pretty good power factor control or something.
Okay.
So for key crane is almost no issue for the pollution, but we are facing another big wave for the yard crane, especially for the RTG, right? RTG, most of them actually powered by a generator, diesel engine. But now we have a more project going on worldwide, try to retrofitting them to be supplied by the battery or hybrid one, and which means a small diesel engine with a battery pack. We also change a lot of RTG today, especially in China and Southeast Asia. We just use the cable rail instead of the diesel engine, so just feeding by the shore power in the terminal, right?
Okay.
So Stas,
yes.
Maybe I see Ken on here. As you know, we just upgraded our RTGs. Can you give a real short summary? We've completed all 13. Is that correct?
Yes, we've completed. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're fine.
We've completed 13 retrofits to hybrid power on 13 of our RTGs here in Oakland. But we're also in the middle of a pretty big project in Long Beach where we're actually using the cable reel to completely power off of the grid, and then we're also doing some hybrids in Long Beach as well.
Kenny, I have a question. Susan had discussed this, that you have been moving some of your equipment from diesel to electric, and obviously there's a savings in emissions. You reduced your emissions. Is there also a saving in terms of the cost of the operation when you go from diesel to battery?
Yes, well, we haven't, because we're a hybrid. We still have a small diesel engine, so there is still maintenance, probably similar to you would have on a small pickup. But basically, what we have here is a very small engine and generator charging a battery that runs all the generator's only running about 50% of the time that the machine itself is running, and we're probably we're about 4 gallon per hour of fuel. So fuel savings, the ecology as far as clean air, these are tier 4 engines, and it's really cleaned up the air. Maintenance on the generator is minimal compared to what was there before. I mean, it's a win-win situation all the way around.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to add a few more words, Mr. Staff, for the RTG application. Actually, the big difference with the battery pack there is when every time hoisting down, before when you have a diesel engine only, when you're hoisting down, actually we burn the energy to the resistor, right? Because the energy nowhere to go. But right now, we actually, every time when we're hoisting down, we actually save the energy in the battery pack, right? When you hoist up again, so the battery will help a lot for the diesel engine. That's one reason why we just need a small size diesel engine. And the other principle for this control is the diesel engine also can run with different speed between whatever the power you need. Not like before, the diesel engine keep running the constant speed. So it's really waste a lot of energy during the operation. Right?
So are you saying that when you go to electrification, you have a more efficient process?
Yes. There's a lot of different way to do the calculation when the diesel engine should jump in to help the power enough to for the loader on the container. When is the way to save more energy with the battery pack every time when hoisting down, right? So there's some smart way to do the calculation to control the diesel engine speed and try to minimize the pollution.
Very, very good. Okay. Frank, you had a question.
Yes. Are these cranes coming to Oakland and be automated?
They still may operate a crane, but we can do part of a semi-auto function, which means every time you lift the container on the ship, once you reach the safety height, we call, then you can turn over to the semi-auto motion. So the crane will automatically move the container from the ship side back to the back ridge and all the way lower to the what we call safety high level. Then you can turn over by manual operation to load on the truck. Same way you do the opposite, right? To load on the ship. So there's cycle combined with the manual operation and the semi-auto automation cycle.
Very
But
good.
we have a more potential there. Maybe one day we can work with the terminal or Port of Oakland, try to upgrade them again to a remote operation.
No, that ain't gonna work in Oakland.
Okay.
Remote operation doesn't mean, yeah, we still need an operator, still working on the crane, also one-on-one, but give the operator much better environment for the working, right? You don't have to worry about the to go to the washroom, or you don't have to worry about the to grab a coffee if anytime you need, right? It's more flexible. And the key is if you go remote operation, to give it the potential to connect with the key crane with the top system better, right. To connect with the key crane with the horizontal transportation system better, right? Because all the data linked to each other.
Haisheng, I think the question and I think the concern is that these cranes are in fact going to be crane operator, and that there will be a crane operator. And
yes.
A lot of what we're talking about here are efficiencies that can help the process. Kenneth, do you want to talk a little bit about how the ZPMC cranes will help you?
Yes. First of all, to answer the question, yeah, the automation on the cranes that are coming are very similar to the automation that's already on the cranes here at OICT. It's just that they're it's not used, and it won't. In this case, we haven't automated these cranes to eliminate a crane operator. There's probably some technology. Well, there is technology on the crane that can definitely assist our operators in performing their work. But there's just the technology that's on the cranes. So
very good. Okay, thank you. One of the questions that I had was, does the simulation, you talked about the simulation, does that help the crane operator learn without actually having to drive the crane? Can you provide better education that way?
Yeah, I think Stanley is back online now, so we can ask him to show the few slides we talk about the crane simulator.
Okay.
Maybe I also have, I don't know if I have some problem with showing the videos. Maybe I try it later. Because, okay. Lawrence, you don't have these videos. Lawrence, you don't have these videos. I added these videos later. Okay. But for this, for this simulator, we just have an engine on the software. So maybe from the, I will provide the video later. So you can see from these videos, this is a platform that help the operator. He don't have to operate the real cranes, but he can feel the sway, the skew, and everything is just like a real crane that is moving. So we can do the remote in the remote room to do the training, but also there's a way that we put in this just like he is in the cabin. So we have the some screens in under the cabins, training cabin. So this is also the way that we can help training the operators remotely and also in the cabin. Later we will send some materials and also the videos to.
Thank you. My question, one of the questions that I had, Haisheng, Mr. Yang, you and I talked about. We have Amy Gratt here, and we're always trying to educate our younger people about possible jobs that should come into the future. And you talked a lot about systems integration and software, which we use in many different applications in manufacturing and in computers and systems integrations for many different places. And I was wondering, is it possible that we could have a conversation at some point about having maybe a training program for younger people to just learn more about what you're doing in China and just give people a general education about systems integration and the different techniques that you're using to move transportation and cargo.
Yeah, actually, I just heard she talked about training for some high school students be familiar with the port machinery operation. We actually have a kind of a requirement from worldwide different terminal now, because the way for the terminal operation, it is a really big change today compared to a few years ago. Or we can split to say is a commercial terminal or automation terminal, right? The crane operator more and more to operate crane from the remote operation room rather than on the crane itself. And also the crane operator can operate a crane no matter yard crane or key crane in the front line. Is all similar for them to do the actually the final manual operated step. It just land or pick up from the vessel or from the truck. Right? So we're really interested to work with the Port of Oakland and the other company together to have some training center built up together, so we can have some training device and instructor to work with you together to training more and more young people be qualified operator guy for the terminal business.
Very good. Amy, would that be something that might be of interest to your organization and your high schools? Amy, are you there? I've unmuted you, Amy, but I don't.
You actually see you actually can see the picture. Or they just moved it. Is a picture we took from the new terminal in Thailand. The Ho Chi Minh terminal. So they're just the high school students from the just working in the terminal. But after we training for 2 months, they really qualify for the real operation. Right? They just
very good.
A lot of a female too, right?
Okay, is there anybody who has got a question that they'd like to ask, because we're drawing to the end of our hour and I don't want to run everybody who's got other things to do. Are there any questions anybody would like to ask?
Hi, Stas.
Yeah, who is that?
Mike Chapman.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, is there somewhere in this whole process to where you scan a container for something that may be bad to the United States?
Did you hear the question?
I didn't hear clearly. Can you say again?
Could you repeat the question?
As far as security of the port and the security of our citizens, is there somewhere where these you can look into a container without opening it and make sure that there's nothing harmful for us?
Oh, okay. Let
me step in on.
Go ahead.
There's nothing like that on any of our cranes. I know Veritainer some years back attempted to put the same technology that our out gates today on cranes, and currently all of that type of protection for the outside public is performed on dock and also on the portals leaving the terminal.
Yeah, let me say a few words. In China, we actually work with the some local company and especially work with the China Customs together to do the scanning for all the container in and out of the terminal for same reason for the security. But between the container shipping from China to the U.S., I believe they have a few major ports already have a deal with the Homeland Security Act in the U.S. So they actually screen all the container before they load on the ship to the U.S., right? Especially for some like nuclear detection, something stuff like this. We also have some project working with the local company in China to add some detect device on the spreader. So once he picks the container on the ship, they can detect some like nuclear device ahead of time. So we'll stop them to unloading again from the ship, right? So there's also design a device can kind of put on the way of the driveway for the truck. So when the truck pick container goes through the gate, they will scan everything. And yeah, we'll try to maybe discuss more for this kind of a solution. We have a different solution based on the customer requirement for the safety issue.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, is somebody asking a question?
Yeah, Lorraine, I had a question. Just about how do our like the simulators keeping track of the containers?
How is the simulator keeping track of the container is the question.
Yeah.
This simulator give you actually a big screen, like Sally said, that they do have different type. One of them actually have a screen like under your knees. You can see really like you walking on a crane. So they will give you all kind of a 3D cartoon. You can simulate your operating to pick up a container or release the container on the ship or on the truck, right? So it's really give you a very similar experience like you walking on a real crane.
You look, if I could just interrupt, if you look at the video that we're watching, you can actually see the movement of the spreader and going over the containers, and the spreader now dropping a container
yes.
Into the hole. I think we are going to come to the end of our program here, but I want to encourage any information that the ZPMC team thinks that we should have. I would be happy to have us distribute. This presentation is being recorded, so everybody who's participating will get the link. Todd usually has it up on the Propeller Club website the next day, so you'll be able to have that. We also have the PowerPoint if anybody wants that. We obviously want to continue to have a dialogue with the people at ZPMC about all of the very interesting things that they're doing. And I hope that we can continue this dialogue between ourselves and also to help to educate our kids. And finally, I'm really glad that we've had just a chance for us to learn a little bit about what's going on in China and some of the developments at the ports in China. And Danny Wan's presence here today obviously was an expression, as pointed out, of our desire for dialogue and continued exchange of ideas, which I hope we will be able to develop for other positive purposes. So having said that, I am going to thank the ZPMC team very, very much for their presentation. And I want to again thank Mr. Yang, Mr. Ming, Savanah, Sean Lee, Lawrence. Thank you all for the great job you did. Danny, I see you're still here, so I'm glad to see that you're still with us. Thank you very much for staying with us, and thank you very much for your kind comments. And obviously, the Port of Oakland wants to have a closer relationship with ZPMC. We are very grateful for the upgrades that are going to happen at the Oakland International Container Terminal. Susan Ransom, I want to thank you very much for facilitating this, because it was you who helped make the connection with ZPMC. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this. And one other thing, one small housekeeping thing I want to mention is that the Propeller Club has a mixer on July 2nd. So we'll be sending that out to you, and that is for anybody who wants to get together and just visit. There's no agenda. We're just going to be talking about what everybody's doing, and it will be on Tuesday, July 2nd, 11 on Zoom. And I'll send you out an invite on that. I want to thank you and my board members who are here. Thank you very much for your participation. And we look forward to seeing you on the 2nd for something social. ZPMC, again, thank you very much. And one final,
Thank you.
Danny, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stas.
Okay, and thank you. And Amy, we want to follow up with some education possibilities. So let's stay in touch with you. And Laura, you're an educator too, so you can be there as well, even though you're mostly used to being on the bridge as opposed to being on a crane. But in any,
I'm interested in the education side of things too, since I teach as well.
Very good. So we have some contacts that we'd like to pursue with ZPMC with some of our educators here. And we have Lorraine who's looking for a job. So Lorraine, send me your resume and I will make sure I get that out, okay? So guys, thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing you at our next presentation, and best wishes to you all, and safe sailing. And as I said many times before, for those of you working in the harbor, thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Stas.
Thank you.